Johnny C versus Litsss. Whoever wins this is going to be the grand champion of our Dragon Master tournament. As we enter game number one, the best of five series, Johnny C versus Litsss. All right, they are just waiting for their dragons to load up. Starting in line number 2 and line number 1 for Johnny C and Litsss. And now moving on to line number 5 as they saw, or Johnny C saw like an opportunity there for the power up. But Litsss is returning the favor as well, going into the line number 1, taking down that armor for Johnny C, and also some damage has been dealt for his side. But Johnny C slowly returning the favor as well with the damage of his own. A massive damage perhaps for the side of Johnny C against Litsss, but they are just focusing on one lane strategy. They don't want any action right away. They want to see the strategy of each other, but that's going to be changed as Johnny C will lose that line number 4 against Litsss, and he will be moving on that line number 3 to get that HP, or at least a sliver of recovery for his HP. And also, Litsss will be dealing some damage here, but as a lot of small dragons coming in for Litsss, he uses the freeze to prevent a push coming in, but Johnny C is clutch on that dragon, or dragon, to push that lane, but Litsss will be winning that line number 4. As we go on to line number 3, Johnny C slowly but surely getting the damage done as well. 104 to 100 HP. We have a little bit of close match on our game number 1. Litsss will get that HP recovery, at least a half of it, but there is a damage from Johnny C on line number 1 as he take game number 1.
And thank you for that, partner. Actually, that was a close fight, as you mentioned it before. And I actually thought that Johnny C will win that fight. And that was a mind-blowing game. Mind-blowing game.
Yeah, Johnny C won that game number 1 on that line number 5.
Yeah.
It's a clutch damage. Again, as we can see for our players, they're just focusing on dealing damage, and then on the latter part, they will have like a little bit of a tug of war, not what we witnessed for the past or the previous series that we had casted earlier. This round or this grand finals, we can expect that the strategy will be the same at to the very end of our tournament.
Yes, I agree. And that was a close fight and a calm start actually, but having a fight in the late
Mm-hmm.
game. This is the Litsss strategy. Actually, I thought that Litsss will win that game because if
Mm-hmm.
in the late game, either if she has a low HP, then he will fight in the end and win the game. If
Mm-hmm.
we notice that the HP is advantage of the Litsss in that game, but still Johnny C turn around the game and winning the game number 1. Again, congratulations for
Mm-hmm.
Johnny C. And let's find out the game number 2, who will win the 2 points, or is it a
Or
1-1?
1-1.
Yes. This is not an accurate 2-1, alright? So later on,
Yeah.
let's see if they will give us a 2-1.
If there's
Para.
gonna be a 1-1, it's gonna be a 2-1 next game number 3.
Alright, so let's go to our game number 2. Papakulas.
Let's go. Alright, game number 1, guys. Let's see who will win. Who will have or will we see Johnny C commanding 2-0, or Litsss will returning the favor and force this to a 1-1 as we head on to game number 2. Alright, so we will see Litsss point of view this time, and Johnny C on the red side. Alright, so same thing for game number 1. They started a little bit slow, on line number 2. Johnny C started on line number 4. And Litsss will be on moving on to that line number 5 as he take out that power up. But Johnny C slowly getting that damage and that armor as well. But Litsss is now returning the favor with the damage of his own. And we will be moving on to this line number 3 as we head on. Johnny C will get that damage as well. But Litsss is slowly taking some damage here on line number 5. There was a freeze coming in. Johnny C as well returning the damage on line number 5 slowly but surely. 727 is his HP and Litsss is now at 564 with that power up to have like a little bit of breathing room. But Litsss is now dominating on line number 5 as he gets that or dealt damage from Johnny C. That's from 700 or that's 500 down to 300 to 284 rather. Litsss HP is 397, still ahead of Johnny C, slowly taking that damage done on the line number 5, but Johnny C is returning the favor as well. And there will be a little bit of skirmish. Johnny C using that dragon freeze to push or to fight back against Litsss, but there's no enough space for Johnny C to play some dragons, and this is going to be Litsss game number 2. Now we have a match at hand. It's 1-1.
I agree, and thank you for that, Papa Kulas. And that was a close. Actually, that was a different strategy for Litsss, and giving a high damage early to a late game. And we thought, I'm actually expecting the Litsss gameplay of the late game strategy that will turn around the game. And it turns out that this is a different kind of game, or I think it's just confusing Johnny C what strategy she will use in this game. And partner?
Yeah, I agree with you, Ash, with that analysis. And slowly although Johnny C have the upper hand on the damage at first, but on line number 5, as we can see, a lot of small dragons slowly getting on Johnny C's department. That's why he dealt some damage there. If you can see from 684, it's down to 284 in an instant. That's why on that latter part or that latter skirmish on line number 5, he won that round.
Yes.
That's why we have at 1-1 on our grand finals.
Yes, I agree. And let's not delay the game number 3. Are you ready for game number 3? And I'm sure this will be a 2-1. This is a 100%
Alcohol
prediction.
too, your alcohol too. That's already a prediction, 100%.
It's 100%. It's not 99 because we are sure that this next
Yes.
game will be a 2-1 because we have a 1-1 right now. And let's go on to our game number 3. Again, it's Litsss versus Johnny C.
All right. Who will get the 2-1 advantage? Is it going to be Johnny C or Litsss? Let's find out on game number 3. All right, Johnny C is our point of view right now. All right, so guys, excited? I am excited. All of us are excited. The DragonMaster community is excited. Here we go. Game number 3. Johnny C versus Litsss. Who will get that 2-1? They started off a little bit of a slow start here on game number 3 as Johnny C will be we want that armor on his department, but Litsss will not let that happen as he also won that line number 4 to take some damage done, and also the armor is broken down as well. But Johnny C already returning the favor. And line number 5, they don't want anything happening from there, so they just want to let that slide in. And Johnny C and Litsss, let's see, they're just focusing on line number 3 and line number 4. You can see a lot of small dragons or medium dragons has been put down on the field on that line number 4 for Johnny C. Slowly getting that damage. Line number 2, there's a freeze for each other. Another freeze coming in from Johnny C and Litsss, a double freeze as well. If he can do that, I will do that too. Litsss said on Johnny C, but Johnny C will be returning that line, or will be winning that line number 2, as he will be dealing a massive damage as well. Line number 5 is still not going up, but it will be changed because Johnny C will be putting some extra reinforcement for that to put. And also Litsss is now returning the favor with the damage on his own on line number 3. A lot of massive damage coming in as well for Litsss, as Johnny C's HP is now down to 338, but Johnny C secures this game number 3 with a damage of his own. It's now 2-1.
Thank you, partner. Alright, so we have a 2-1 points. And this is a 100% prediction. Pare.
Pare, you're good at predicting the score, pare.
Genesee actually is doing a good job countering some strategy of Litsss, because as we witness, Litsss has a late game strategy, so that's why I feel that Litsss is doing a different strategy here, but we don't know if Litsss is just testing Johnny C for her bait. Let's call that a bait strategy. But
a bait strategy. I think that you're correct. A bait strategy, especially on line number 5. As you can see, it started not moving when their HP is like 700. Johnny C put some damage on that field when it's 100 only for Litsss. That's why that's a really good strategy for Johnny C. He let it happen. Okay, we're not gonna move that line number 5. We'll not move it for now until I get the opportunity. And he saw the right opportunity there. He saw that okay, there's no enough space for him to play some dragons. I will be taking that opportunity, and that's why he got that game number 2.
That's a great observation. I agree with you, Papa Colas. And actually, this is finals, but we don't know what will happen. What will strategy they will use, if it's gonna be a yesterday strategy or earlier strategy, but who knows? Let's find out, Papa Colas. And are you ready to our game number 4? Is it game number 4 only? Is it time to shine for Johnny C if he will win this game, or is it a 2-2 points for Litsss to stand up again on the battlefield? So let's go on to a game number 4, partner.
All right. Okay, who will be getting the game number 4? This is a turnaround for Johnny C or Litsss. If he wants to have a game number 5, this is the right moment to step up, or Johnny C will secure the champion on our DragonMaster tournament. Let's proceed. Game number 4, Litsss versus Johnny C. 1-2 for Litsss, 2-1 for Johnny C. Will we see a game number 5, or Johnny C will close the deal in game number 4? Start out like what we used to on the first couple of games, but we have an early skirmish here coming in from Litsss and Johnny C on the line number 5. He returned that XL. He changed his mind, but okay, we will win that line number 5. But Johnny C has a different plan in mind. But the damage is already been done for Litsss, as he is already 722 HP. Johnny C is now just focusing on one lane strategy. There's a freeze coming from Litsss to prevent that defense from Johnny C, and also on that line number 5, there's a freeze coming in from Johnny C as well. He returned that favor. A double freeze coming in. He wants that armor. There's no space for Litsss to play some dragon, and he will let that slide as he move on to line number 3 to get that HP recovery, at least to save his life here in the grand finals, to try and put things into 2-2 standing. On line number 4, here we go. We have a freeze coming in from Litsss. He wants that power. They both want that power up, but there's no space in between for Johnny C to play some dragons, and he will be moving on as well on line number 5. But the damage is massive from Litsss. It's down to 217 versus 514. Now 377 to 157, 200 differential in terms of the HP. There's a lot of damage coming in on the line number 3. It's already been a minus 30 damage, and another one marching in on the line number 3, but there is a massive damage as well. Litsss will tie the series into a 2-2. We have a game number 5.
Yes, Papa Colas. Oh my, we have a game number 5. Let's go, guys. And yeah, I just noticed that this game is a great thing about actually my mind is loading right now, and actually because of Litsss. Why? Because Litsss is using a different kinds of strategy, not sticking in one strategy only. So using a new strategy, and actually I feel Johnny C is very confused. What will be the strategy of Litsss? So again, this is a finals. This is our finals. So I'm very sure they are giving their best to try to win, and using a different strategy again.
Again.
Pare.
And
My mouth is
it's a
blown.
close fight on game number 4. Johnny C could have had it. It's just that the bloodlust or the lifesteal proc for Let's on that last moments. That's why he got a little bit of a HP left.
Yes.
That's why he secures the game number 4. And as we mentioned, as we predicted, game number 5, just like
Here we
Thanos
go.
with all of the Infinity Stones, one snap can change it all. Here in game number 5, who will win? We will see.
All right, let's go to our game number 5. Is it Litsss or is it Johnny? Support your favorite players out there. So just comment in the comment section, guys. Is it Litsss? Is it Litsss? Or is it Johnny?
Let's go.
Johnny C? Or Litsss?
Johnny C.
My mind is still loading, and different kinds of game of Litsss. And actually I have a I'm learning too many strategy, and actually I'm playing the game, so it really helps. Really helps a lot. So if you're a new player in the DragonMaster, I hope you learn a lot with this tournament, and I hope to see you next time if we have another tournament. Who knows? Next month.
Yeah, who knows? Next
Or
month.
this month.
You will see me again.
Yeah. All right, so let's go on to our next game. Again, this is a game number 5. This will be the last game for today, and we will see who will be the champion for this tournament. Top players. Let's go.
Let's go, guys. Game number 5. We are down to best of 1. Whoever wins this game will be the grand champion of our Dragon Master tournament. So, without further ado, let's enter the world of dragons. Dragon Master tournament game number 5. Litsss versus Johnny C. It's down to best of 1. Who will win who will be the grand champion for our tournament? Starting like we used to, like we saw on the previous matches. Line number 2, line number 5, line number 4. Johnny C want that stun already to have a little bit of advantage, but does the bloodlust and the armor will be taken down by a Litsss against Johnny C. There's a freeze coming in. He got that stun. He wants that armor. All of them want that armor. They both want that armor, but there's a freeze coming in from Litsss. Johnny C will return the favor as well, and he will try to push and defend his department, but Litsss will be the winner on that line number 5, and he will be moving on line number 4. He will be taking that armor to at least to have a little bit of breathing room on his department, but the life steal once again has been procced by Litsss. Another damage coming in from Litsss on that line number 5. Johnny C wants that slimmer of HP recovery on his department as well. They are just focusing on one lane strategy. Both of them are dealing some damage, but Litsss is doing enough space for his department, for his HP. A lot of procs, a lot of life steal or bloodlust coming in from Litsss. That damage dealing department, no one wants to have an action. Litsss is just placing dragons on that line number 5. I think this is going to be it, but no. Johnny C said there will be a freeze. He will try to defend that, but Litsss has a different strategy in mind. I have my dragons here to help me to win this game number 5, and he is the champion of Dragon Master tournament.